happening? Oh, hi. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I switched
Thanks so much.
devices.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm so glad that you're here. How are things?
Well, I was trying to get on my laptop, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh, I don't know. I honestly like technology. I have a team that runs our social media technology. I have no idea. So, anyways, we're here now, and I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah. So, why don't you tell us? We're gonna ask. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you some questions that came in. Okay. And
Sure.
also, I invited people in the comments to ask questions in real time, and we can get to those as well. And also, are you having a contest or some kind of a draw tonight?
Two. We're going to have two. So we're going
Two.
to do pick a number later, whenever you decide. And then I'm going to have one for all the ARC reviewers. So I have all
Awesome.
their names, and I'm going to draw a
Awesome.
name for the winner for our early reviewers.
Awesome. So ARC reviewers, ARC is advanced reader copies for anyone who doesn't know. So that goes out before the book even comes out. So we can get those reviews in and people can say how awesome your book is. Okay, let's get started. All right. So I am reading from my laptop right now because I will never remember these questions.
Okay.
So, what inspired you to introduce advanced technology and gadgets into Santa's traditional workshop?
I think just the evolving technology and kids using um, phones and iPads and, all devices. And I just wanted to bring the two together because you can bring tradition, Santa's traditional, and then Benjamin is not traditional. So I just wanted to bring that both together to show that if they work hard enough, they can come together and work together.
Definitely. So Benjamin Bart Bundles is the chief elf,
He
right? For
is.
those of
He
you who don't
is.
know yet. And he is using this advanced technology. And do things go awry? I don't know. I guess you'll have to read the book to find out. So,
Yeah.
how did you come up with the idea of Santa and Mrs. Claus taking a break on a deserted island?
Something different compared to all children's Christmas books that have been out there. So I wanted to just change it up a little bit and, bring a little bit of the tradition and then just, have them go off somewhere and, to break away from that change. Sometimes change brings havoc. So to introduce that a little bit too.
That's
Just that change.
awesome. I love that change brings havoc. And I think that if you want change, you have to invite
Right.
chaos. So definitely. So, can you share a fun fact about the mischievous monkey, the chatty toucan, or the slithering snake that did not make it into the book?
There were a few things that I was thinking about for Snake because there could be so many problems. But you'll have to read the book and see which one I chose. But there were so many different ways it could have went. No, not really anything. I think I've got them in the book.
Awesome. Awesome. Excellent. So, if Santa could use one piece of technology from his updated factory in his everyday life, what do you think it would be? It's
I would say
a tough one.
the video cameras,
Okay.
so we can go back and review things to have video.
Definitely. Definitely. Because, and also, no one would believe you, right?
Right? And with that book, yes.
Definitely. So, what would Santa and Mrs. Claus's favorite activities be while relaxing on the island?
Probably dipping their toes in the sand instead of snow, I think would be the best. So having sand between their toes is much better than snow between your toes. So I
Right.
think that would be my choice.
And we know because you're from New Jersey and I'm Canadian. So like
Yep.
ice
New
water
Hampshire.
runs through, yeah. Sorry,
New
New Hampshire.
Hampshire.
My gosh,
Yeah.
New Hampshire. I'm so
Even
sorry.
cold.
Yes, even colder. And you know what?
Yes,
I'm Canadian, born and raised. We get a ton of snow. We get the same weather basically. And yeah, I definitely love the beach. But that humidity, what do you think about that? Do you think
I do not love humidity. Are you there? I can't hear you. Nope, sounds like a it sounds like a train. I think we have a bad connection.
still going
Yeah, that's
on?
what I hear. Choo choo choo.
Yeah, okay. Now you can hear me?
A little bit, but you're not matching
Okay.
up. Very strange.
Sorry for all of these technical difficulties.
Oh, that's okay. It goes. We know.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can hear me, right?
Yes, you're just not matching up. Your lips are somewhere else, but I can hear you.
Okay, hopefully it will match up soon and we
Yes.
will see. All right.
Okay.
So if Santa could bring one souvenir back from the island to the North Pole, what do you think it would be?
Uh, Probably. I would say the warmth and sunshine, but maybe shells.
Shells? Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
shells. Yeah, we have
Awesome.
those at
That's a good
the
one.
North Pole.
Yeah, for sure. And if you could spend a day with any of the characters from the book, who would it be and
Oh,
why?
oh, I would have to say Calvin because I want to know what happened to the gerbil.
Yeah,
So it would
definitely.
be Calvin from the letters.
For sure. Absolutely. So, Love and Life times two said, this is why books are amazing. No disruptions in technology.
Uh,
100%.
well, we don't.
Absolutely.
The choo choo
Definitely.
train was the best.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Okay. So, what do you think the elves did with their extra free time thanks to new
They
technology?
had a party. They were partying. They went sledding.
Definitely.
Yeah, they were having a great time.
For sure. I mean, like, what else would you do? Santa's away.
Yeah,
You're done early.
right?
You
And
know,
Benjamin's gone.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to do the draw? Can you explain that to us?
So, which one do you want me to do first? The visitor one for people in there?
Yes, the people who
Okay.
are here, do that one for me.
So I've already randomly wrote down a number. So from 1 to 50, someone can just type in a number that you're guessing. My publisher already knows, Lacey already knows the number. So the first person to type in the correct number will win a surprise gift from me.
Amazing. So, put your numbers in the comments below and we will tell you if you are a winner or not, okay? So, put your put your numbers in the comments below. All right. So, what advice would Santa give to someone who is having a hectic holiday season?
Um, Probably just slow down, like Santa had to. He took his little vacation and just enjoy the moments. But slow down.
Okay. Wow, that was fast. We have a winner.
Already?
Yep. It's Jay Croteau. I'm sorry if I butchered that. The number was 37.
Yeah.
Way to go. Awesome.
That was quick.
So, yeah, it was super quick. Love and Lifetimes 2 guessed 27. McKay 35 was 33. Laura says 9. And Kelvin says 44. So we have a winner with Jay. Congratulations. Awesome. Okay. So I hope Tabatha knows how to get in touch with Jay. Or
Yes.
you can
I
send us an email to pandapublishing8@gmail.com and we will make sure that you get connected.
yes.
Okay, so Tabitha, when you're writing books for kids, what are the most important things that you kind of have in your story that you want them to take away? And from this book specifically, what do you want your readers to take away from the story of Santa and his haywire Christmas?
I think at any age, whether you're young or you're older, change is a lot. So, change can come with good and change can come with chaos. So, I hope that kids can learn that, change can also bring two people, traditional and non-traditional, together at the end of the story. So, because there was a lot of change going on in that book.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And have you experienced any type of craziness during your own Christmas where you're just thinking, like, oh man, how are we going to do this?
Come from a big, crazy family. Our Christmases are big, they're hectic, they're loud, they're fun, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, that's part of the fun for sure.
Yeah.
So, in New Hampshire, do you have any type of traditions that you follow, like that you go to in your town where you live for
Um,
Christmas?
no, I think tradition for us, the book is dedicated to my Aunt Mickey. So if you know me, you know I'm all things Halloween. My house, everything. I celebrate Halloween all year long. But my Aunt Mickey, how I love Halloween, she was all things Christmas to all of us. To anyone who knew her, you could see her Christmas Day, and the next day she was already shopping for the following year. What do you want for Christmas? Christmas was just yesterday. So she was all things Christmas to all of us. So
Oh,
I think for me, she was the tradition of Christmas, is her love for it. So if I can reflect on anything for the rest of my life, it will be her love for Christmas.
no, that's so wonderful. And like, what a legacy to leave, to
She
dedicate
did.
your book to her
Yeah.
and to have her legacy that you remember all of those things. And that's kind of like what you think about when you think about Christmas. You think about her. And I think that's so
Yes.
beautiful. And I absolutely love that. And I know that you are so into family, and that's something
Yeah.
like so important to you. And that's just amazing. And your books are kind of a testament to um letting your family know that wishes do come true and dreams do come true. And no matter how much chaos or anything like that,
Right.
to be surrounded by your family is the most important thing. Would
Yeah.
you agree?
I agree. There's nothing better than to be with family and to see my grandchildren, my kids, friends, just even when I'm on Facebook and to see when people post pictures of what went on in their holiday, I get joy from that as well. Just seeing, the smiles or the present that went wrong, I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. So, as a children's book writer, what do you think is the most difficult part of that journey for you? You've written a bunch of children's books now, and what do you think has been like a challenge? So, just a piece of advice for writers out there who are aspiring authors, let's say.
Um, Well, probably there's been two things for me. So the break that I took, so when I first got into writing and getting books published, and then I took this long pause in between where I wasn't writing anymore. Whatever clout you were building went out the window. You're starting from scratch all over. So I would say that to be consistent, if this is what you want to do, be consistent with it. Stay with it, keep writing, even if you're not submitting, keep writing, keep a journal, do something, just stay with it. And then I think for me, the other thing that now being in my 50s, being a grandmother, you've got to market. You've got to sell yourself. You have to be out there, hustle, hustle, hustle. That's hard. That's another thing you have to stay consistent with. You can't stop. People aren't going to magically go, oh my God, the woman who just passed me, she's a children's book author. You've got to build your own brand. You have to do it. So you have to work hard. So that's
Definitely,
that's a challenging part. You
for sure.
can't stop.
And you know what? You do it so amazingly. Like, honestly, you do such a great job marketing with all the extra little things that you do. And I just want you to know that we really, really appreciate you. We're so glad you're
Thank
on our
you.
team. And I am going to come to New Hampshire sometime for Halloween or
Oh,
something then. Okay. Maybe not this Halloween, but maybe next Halloween. I'm coming. Okay.
you'll
And
love
you got to show me
it.
everything.
You
You have
will
to
love it.
show me everything.
You will
Okay.
love
Awesome. All right. So, what other future books are you working on with Pandemonium Publishing House? And can you give us a little bit of detail about that?
We have More Magic, which is about that'll be out in the fall. I love that book because it has different. It's a story, but it's also crafting. So it's little crafts that kids can do, adults can do, and they come with little traditions and legends. And I love that it's stuff I did with my own children, my grandchildren, nieces and nephews, any kids who have been to the house have crafted with me at one point in their life. So I think bringing that together with some of my most favorite, I think that's going to be a great book. I'm excited about it. And then we have, I can't think of them all because we have quite a few coming up.
There are lots.
The
Yes.
Cotton Candy on the Moon, Dream Dates. We have that coming up. And then what's the other one? I know we have more.
We do. We have so many, but
So
that's
many
okay.
coming.
I just wanted
Yes,
you to touch on those, and I think that it's so awesome that you are just continuing writing and keeping writing. And, this really allows people to understand that, you know what? If you are persistent and if you keep at it,
right.
someone's going to say yes, and someone is going to say, you're a perfect fit for us. And we love your story. And
Mhm.
yes, welcome to our team. And I think it's really fun to have the inspiration that you do as a grandparent, and how much of your inspiration comes from your real life.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot does. All the kids that I'm with, it could be just a little moment, and then I'll jot it down or keep it with me and build a story from it. So all the kids in my life have one way or another inspired me. So all of them. Um, there's so many books that have pieces of them in it. So yeah, I'm so lucky. I really am because I have so many kids that I just adore. So many kids in the family. We are a really big family, so I'm very fortunate.
That's awesome. So inspirations everywhere,
Yeah,
and you do school visits. Tell
I
us
love
about those.
I love doing the school visits. So I go in, I do writing workshops or story building workshops. It depends on the age group. And I try to stay with a specific grade at a time. So I'll take grade one at a time, grade two at a time. Sometimes we have to combine them, but we try to make sure that the comprehension level, we're not going to take first graders and combine them with fourth graders.
Right.
So, but I just love going in and, having kids learn how to create the steps of a story. And it's so much fun, especially at the end when they hold up something they've created and they're so excited about it.
And that's so inspirational for them if they want to be future authors or artists or, illustrators or graphic designers.
Right,
And representation is so important because then they're able to say, you know what? She grew up in my neighborhood, or I know her, we live in the same state, or whatever it is, right? That
right.
they get to, kids will, can be what they can see, right? So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that that is so important for authors to do
I,
school visits
I
because,
do too.
yeah, those kids are going to look at you and be like, wow, you're a real
Right,
person. You wouldn't
right,
believe how many times my authors say to me, yeah, the kids couldn't believe that I was actually a real life author sitting in their
right.
classroom. So that is so important. And that brings so much magic to it.
And there's so many times during a school visit where the first thing a kid will say is, well, I don't know what to write. So going over different ways characters can go about trying to solve problems where you could take any character and I will randomly pick five characters. I'll give a scarecrow, I'll give a snowman, and then we'll talk about all the different problems each one of those characters could have. It could be a farmer. And I will say, well, what kind of problem could a farmer have? So we'll go over all the different ways a single character could have a problem. And then from there, we'll pick a problem and go about solving it. So
See,
to
that's
teach them
so
how to tell
cool.
that story.
Well, yeah, and you're also teaching them problem solving skills at the
Yeah,
same time. Maybe they're not realistic solving skills, but critical thinking for sure. And that's what authors aim to do is we want to pose questions
right.
and have kids answer them and think about, what would I do in this situation? For
Yeah.
example. But I want to go back to something that you said that I thought was really, really interesting and fun. Legends and folklore and all of those kind of like
Mhm.
myths and things like that. That is so fascinating.
I
And
love
I know that you're into that, especially with being into Halloween and all that kind of stuff. Is there a specific legend or piece of information that you came across that made it into your book that has stuck with you, that you have learned a long time ago, whether you're in your childhood or anything like that, that you're like, I'm going to put this in a book because this is something that I've remembered since I was young?
the penny in the shoe. That's a
Okay,
big one. Putting the
tell us
penny in
about that.
the shoe. That was a big thing with my grandmother. No matter what you were doing, if it went wrong, put a penny in your shoe. It was going to make it better. When I got married, I had a penny in my shoe. When my daughter got married, she had a penny in her shoe. Um, I don't, I think it's just if you believe in something enough, it can work for you just to have it there. But it was something she did, and it was just, I know so many families have heard about the penny in the shoe. So I think that's one of them. The same thing with the wishing well, casting a coin into a wishing well, and your wish is going to come true. That's another legend or myth, or it's just a belief.
Yeah.
Those are two of them, but those made it into more wishes.
Yes, awesome. That's so exciting. And how important do you think it is for kids to start learning or reading with books, even though they're not able to read necessarily? So your children's books are, from baby shower
Right,
age all the way up to age 7 or 8, depending on the reading ability.
right,
And sometimes people will say to me as a publisher, oh, well, he's not reading yet or she's not reading yet. So we'll wait till they start reading. It is so important to start way before that.
right.
And even just the companionship and time carved out together, whether with grandparents or parents, sitting
Right,
there and reading together builds that bond
right,
and also associates reading with love. So
right.
tell us about that as an author.
If my daughter's somewhere, she's probably gonna type because I say this all the time. So kids get sight words, the
Yes.
Dolch word list, or word wall words. I am a firm believer. From the time I started writing to the when I started taking writing classes, I believe that children must learn those words, master them, not just and understand them, but master them in order to become fluent readers. So when they can master those words and then open a book, I think they're bound to be more successful. So I'm always
Yes.
someone who says start with your word wall, start with your sight words, with even small. You could be 3 years old. Take a few of the words and make memory cards. So two cards of the same word, and then turn them upside down and play memory with them to identify these words and learn them, and then be able to say them with fluency. You're going to be a successful reader. So
Definitely.
I'm a
Well,
firm believer in that.
and you know what? Those are such great tips and such easy things to do.
Yes.
Um, let's do your next draw because I have some more questions for
Yes.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
For the reviewers, the ARC reviewers,
It's for advanced reader copy reviews.
and we have Anna Vanessa.
Anna
Anna.
Vanessa. Yay. Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this, draw. This has been really fantastic. And I know that if you do not have "Twas the Morning Before Christmas Eve" yet, you're missing out. Get it before Christmas, okay? You are going to want to have this book in your collection. Your kids are going to love it. You're going to love it. It's going to be so fun to read together. And I have another question for you. Where is your favorite spot to vacation?
Um, I love Salem, Mass. I love the beach. And that would I would probably say sail a mass on the beach would be me.
Okay.
And then
Awesome.
I'm always down for a staycation too. I don't mind a staycation.
For sure, absolutely. So, if you could just give us a little bit of insight onto what it's like working with an illustrator and the kind of process that that is.
Oh, I'm glad you asked me this because working with Hannah, I don't want to mess up her last name. Is it Swan?
I think it's Scion.
Yeah, working with her, I it was an amazing experience because I loved that she sent copies of all of her art weekly for us to
Yes.
go back and forth and discuss and make changes. I was so included from the beginning to the end of the process with her. And she made it so wonderful. It was a wonderful experience with her.
Yeah,
And I
she's
love how,
amazing.
I could make suggestions and she would see it and say, you know what, let's try that. And the same for me with her. And it was just such a team effort. I loved it. That was wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome. And the illustrations, can you show us in the book again? Which is your favorite illustration if
Uh,
you had to pick? I know that's so hard because they're so cool and
uh,
they're so beautiful, but
it,
let's see.
if I have to pick one,
Yes, one. Pick
well, there's
one.
two that I love, but I'll pick one. It's probably this one
Yeah. Yeah,
on the beach. Look at that belly. I love that one. So it would be
definitely.
that one.
Awesome. That's a good choice for sure. And is there anything that you want to let us know about this book in terms of where you're going to be with it? Upcoming events, things like that, your book
The
launch?
Bookery in Manchester on July 13th at 11 o'clock with Santa. Santa's coming all the way from the North Pole, so come
Amazing.
join us. And then I have a few more events coming up. I'll be the 17th. I'm at Epsom Public Library at 5 o'clock. And then I have two Barnes and Noble events. And we're just trying to settle the time right now. And then Gibson Bookstore in Concord just reached out today. So I think I'm doing them maybe I want to say the 27th.
Okay.
I don't have the time set yet, but there's several coming up so we can do the Christmas in July.
Awesome. And we're going to have all of that information available on our website, pandemoniumpublishing.com. If you check the upcoming events tab, we'll have all of those listed so that you can know where you can find Tabitha and where you can get your book signed. And your book is available Barnes and Noble, Chapters, Indigo in
Everywhere.
Canada, everywhere,
Everywhere books
everywhere.
are sold.
Everywhere where books are sold. So make sure that you get your hands on this book. 'Twas the morning before Christmas Eve. Thank you so much for being here with us. And
It's
yeah,
so
show us
beautiful.
again. Get that copy and get it under your Christmas tree. But feel free to celebrate Christmas in July too.
Yes, yes. Put some toes in the sand.
Put some toes in the sand. And thank you so much for being
You.
here. And I really appreciate
Thank
everything that
you.
you do. And we are so glad that you are on our team, let me tell you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. And we will see you again soon. You'll be able to view this video on social media and also on our YouTube channel, Pandemonium Publishing House. See you next time.